it's Bridget. Nice to see you. All right, so I'm standing now. Okay, so if you've been following me on Bridget Inspired on Instagram, you know that I've done a few things on Instagram in the last couple weeks, because when I was in Seattle, I thought I had all these great plans for all these things I was going to be doing. And turned out that I injured my hip and low back on the right side at the end of my first week there. And so that changed my plans a bit. It was hard to sit for long periods of time. I had to lay down and rest a lot. I went to acupuncture 3 times while I was there, which helped tremendously. But, and I still was able to walk and do some things, but I had to be really tempered about it and take lots of medicine and stuff like that. So now I'm back home and I'm getting an appointment with my chiropractor, so I'll be able to get adjusted. Hopefully that will help, but it's still bothersome, so I'm standing during this conversation. I'm also doing my first video outside of the season. And it's windy! And you probably hear that in the mic, and I'm sorry if it bothers you. But that's what happens! We outside! Hello, furry grasshoppers. Did you miss me? Yeah, okay. I got a patch on my back. It's awesome. These patch things are great. You can get these patches that like numb your back pain. It's so great. Anyway, yeah, I get a haircut this week because my hair is like a mane. So, a couple of things. I want to show and tell with you. Show and tell, show and tell, show and tell. Okay, first, I love these. These are the best fidget stress balls ever. They are not just for children, they are for adults. This is the mini version. It's Needoh, Needoh. You can get these at like Target too, but you can get them online too. These are the small ones. This one comes in a 3-pack. It was purple, orange, and blue, and I gave one to my son, who right away put his thumb through it. Like, he's a little aggressive with his little stress balls, and he put his thumb right through it. I'm like, dude, it's not about how quickly we can destroy it. It's supposed to help you calm yourself down. So I love these. I have given these as gifts. I gave them in the Easter baskets for the kids. There's bigger ones, different shapes, different colors and textures. And there's one that actually changes color, which is cool. And there's a glow-in-the-dark one. So anyway, this is cool. So this is something I found that I thought was neat, and I want to share with you. I actually should get an affiliate link, shouldn't I? I don't have one. But maybe by the time I update this, I will. I don't know. But isn't this awesome? I just love it. So I literally, now I'm going to have to get another set because my kid wrecked one of mine. Actually, I think he wrecked both of them. Anyway, having one in the car, having one in your pocket when you're waiting at the doctor's office, having one at your desk at work, having one in the car for the kid to use, like on the passenger side seat when you're driving to school, or if you have a particularly challenging conversation, or they're just fun to have. I love them. Okay, they can kind of feel a little sticky after a while, so just wash them gently with like just water and a light soap. And that's it, let them dry. Okay, so that's that. Put that in my pocket. And then I got, this is a very spiritual thing I got, okay? This I did not get at the airport. I have one more thing I got at the airport, but this I did not get at the airport. This is I think it's called a chaplet or a chaplet or something. Okay, I'm not Catholic, but this is based on the rosary, right? And this is a Saint Joan of Arc beads with the fleur-de-lis, which I love St. Joan of Arc. She's one of my lead guides. You know that if you know me, and we've talked here on Fairy Grasshopper, you know that. And so it's like prayer beads. And it actually is perfect because it's like, you can carry it on your wrist and then hold this in your hand, and it just is awesome, and I love it. And there's, this was inspired by, I read the book, The Way of the Rose, which talks about the divine feminine, the divine mother, and all her different faces, like starting with way back with Isis and Kali Ma, to the Virgin Mary, to Our Lady of Guadalupe, to there's so many adaptations of the mother, right, the divine feminine. And before the Catholic Church, decided to use the rosary as like a marketing thing. Not sorry for saying that. It's just kind of true. It kind of feels like what happened. But anyway, hey, whatever works, it's fine. Symbolic stuff, fine. But the rosary actually came about when the Christianity had to go underground, you know, and then the divine feminine, the women were all like, oh, we don't want to pray to the women because it's all the guys doing, you know, kind of thing, whatever. Anyway, so the book, The Way of the Rose, really gives a different perspective about the rosary itself and how beautiful it is and different ways to pray it, not just to a Catholic or one particular religion identification, but to many others that you can use, like with Mary Magdalene or with Isis or any other, like Parvati or whatever other saints or deities that you would like to use. It's just beautiful. Really associated with divine feminine is how it feels. And I love this. I slept with this in my hand because my back has been hurting me so bad. Plus I feel a lot of stress internally. There's just so much going on. I arrived home to, my youngest hadn't been going to school for the last like week or so, has been really challenged in school, and he does fine academically. It's just the emotional social piece of it. And then we have some we're on a wait list to get assessments and all that, and I've done that with my with one of my other children too, and so I know how that goes, right? Ain't my first rodeo. But his poor dad was dealing with it while I was gone, and there were some flare-ups, I would say. And so then today we went into the school and met with the psychologist and the counselor and had a conversation, and we're doing the whole 504 plan thing, getting that into place, and made some changes, and it all felt really good, and he felt good, and he went right to school after. So that was a really good thing. So, and got a lead on a counselor for him, which will be great. I'm still looking for a counselor for one of my other kids, because of their dad having cancer and having to try to deal with all that. And we have a family psychologist, but the kids, everybody has their own personality, and I think that they need to be able to, finding a counselor that matches you or fits you, like personality wise. It's just like making friends with people. You're not friends with everybody. You might have coworkers that you like, but not somebody that you're gonna go on a girls' weekend with, or a trip with, or, you know, hang out with, even go for dinner with, be friends with. I mean, it's different. There's different levels of connection, right? So it's not to say that one counselor or one social worker, one type of therapy is good or bad or whatever. It's just what's the fit, what's the alignment. And so my two of my kids right now, I need to find therapists for that are aligned with where they're at in their life at this point. So, and I firmly believe in family counseling and therapy. And we have a family counseling session this week, so that's all set up. And I have a session with my counselor this week too, my separate counselor. I have a separate counselor. I have two. Yeah, so it's a really good deal. So make sure you do that. But anyway, so that, I came home to that, had to do that this morning, had to deal with that unexpected. And we're winding down the last 3 weeks of school, and I totally realized when I was in Seattle that I did not do announcements. I didn't do the graduation announcements, which usually by now I have long done them. I usually do them in like April for the kids. I haven't even done them yet. I got to do that. So I'm like, oh man, I haven't done that yet. And I'm like, we're in the home stretch with my senior, and he has had a lot of challenges since January, since, you know, his dad, since the second wave of his dad's illnesses. And so he's doing okay right now, but it's literally day by day, you know. And I'm like, dude, just graduate. Just pass some of your class. Just pass the core classes. Just let's get you graduated. Then we'll think about like post-secondary stuff after. Let's just get you graduated. Focus on that. And then we'll deal with everything else. But let's just one thing at a time. So, yeah. So anyway. So this has been so helpful. St. Joan of Arc. Beautiful. All right. And then, this is a fun one. I love roller balls. This is a perfume and a roller ball, but it is actually essential oil, combination of essential oils. It's got like rose, sandalwood, a little bit of vanilla, cinnamon. I think it's got cinnamon in it. Does it smell like? Tangerine. Very good. It's called Twisted Tomboy. Isn't that cool? I am not an affiliate. I should be, but I'm not. Confident is the one I chose. Oh, I loved it. I was just standing there. I was like, hey, I can smell it. I'm going to smell these. I was killing time in the airport. And I'm like, oh, Twisted Tomboy. What a cool. It's got a little bike on it. Twisted Tomboy Bath and Body perfume. And oh my God. It smells so good. I cannot tell you. And I love the name Twisted Tomboy. I love that. So good. Yeah, I love how this one smells. They have other scents too, but I really, this one, I tried 2 of them. This was the second one I tried. I'm like, this. Anyway, so it's kind of a spontaneous, it's not expensive. It was like $12. That's not bad. Kind of a fun purchase, huh? Super sensory, very much into scents and smells, as you well know. So, all right, so I've sprinkled in some stuff about like re-entry, coming back in to life, about my kids and counseling stuff and graduation stuff and my physical. Did I tell you about my body injury? Yeah, I did, right? Yeah, I have this great patch on right now because it's helping to ease the pain of my low back and my hip. And the only other time that I've had a hip thing was directly connected to my sacral chakra, and it was a psychic attachment thing affiliated with like kind of like an attack type of an energetic vibration, which was very much a psychic thing. It was not a human thing at all. This one started as a psychic thing, and the first time it came, I asked my friend to clear it, and she did, and I felt better for 2 days, and then all of a sudden, boom, it came back again. So I'm like, oh, there's more here, or there's something else here that's deeper. And I was moving in different ways than I had for a while. I was actually taking all the stairs, and my sister was on the 7th floor of her apartment. And so I was taking the stairs instead of the elevator. I was trying to be healthier, and I hadn't done that before. And I also had been lifting her little dogs up and down from the bed to the, carrying them outside to go to the bathroom and doing all this stuff. And because it was an apartment and they have like this outside area you have to bring them to and all that. And so I was moving in ways that I hadn't before. So it's totally possible I physically hurt myself, but I believe that it is a partially intuitive energetic thing that to get me to stay put and rest a bit. And it sure did that because I had to. I didn't have choice. So for 2 weeks in Seattle, of the 3-week trip, 2 weeks of it, I was really limited on how far I could walk a day, and I really had to plan that and think about it and really focus on where I was going to spend my time and energy. And I did a ton of journaling and meditations and a lot of reflection, a lot of conversations, deeper conversations, and some awarenesses for sure came through that time that maybe wouldn't have, had I not done that. Had that not happened. I did continue my counseling during that time. I also was talking to my friends, as well as I was doing my priestessing work, my divine feminine group. I was in that during that time. And also I worked. I did also have some sessions as well. So, I still did other things, but oh, this smells so good, you guys. Anyway, so there you are. There's an update. So it's kind of like a vlog. And I'm standing upright. And right now I probably do need to go and lay down, which would be great. I have to get my video uploaded for the day, so I'm going to do that. So thank you so much for being here on Fairy Grasshopper YouTube channel. I hope to share some more psychic stuff with you soon. I've been working with my OMS again, which is Celtic Tree Wisdom, really connecting to nature. As I was in the Emerald City in Seattle, I love how green it was there. And I came home to Minnesota and literally everything's green. It's like I left in the winter and I came back in the full-on spring, almost summer. And it feels so good. So good. Sending you just a ton of love today. I hope I've inspired your spirit as I've shared some updates for you and reconnecting with you, hopefully. Looking forward to that. I actually came home to surprise. I am getting a new office in my house, a new space for me. And so the new room for me is going to, it's in process right now. I got to get some flooring. Probably I'm just going to do an area rug, I think, right now. And then some curtains and things for it. And then got to decorate it how I want to. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to work on that in the next couple weeks here and then move into that space. So that'll be great. So you'll see that soon at some point too. So that was kind of a surprise for me because I didn't think, I knew that room would be converted. We've been talking about it for a month or so, and I knew it would be converted, but when I was gone, my partner actually, he surprised me. He worked on it. He did all the trim work, he painted it, he got framed up the wall for a pocket door. I mean, he did a lot of work, so I really appreciate that. So that was a lot. That was just a big surprise. So anyway. Oh, here comes the wind. Oh, all right. Oh, thanks for being here, you guys.